Welcome to a self-published author's diary. I am Elodie Novodatsky. I write about first times, second chances, things that scare the crap out of me, and things that make me laugh out loud. I'll be speaking with you and sharing my adventures in self-publishing, the behind the scenes of writing, and the business side of it. Hello, it is Monday, February 28th. I'm starting to record this episode a little bit before noon. And before starting today's episode, I want to let you know that I'm adding links to the episode description and my website on how to help Ukraine. The last name that I've spelled so many times on this podcast is actually from Ukraine. And as I mentioned on social media, my husband has his best memories from his childhood before he moved to Germany when he was 8 years old came from time that he spent in Ukraine. I don't think you need a personal connection to care about what's going on. And if you're looking for a way to help and to be more informed, those links are hopefully helpful. And let me tell you, I almost did not record this episode. I did not send a newsletter on Friday. I have been glued to my phone. And I also fell down the stairs on Thursday, hurting pretty much everything. But then when it came to it, I also thought sharing those links are also important. And then, of course, continuing to work, continuing to do what I need to do. So here I am. February hasn't been a month where I actually followed my plan. I adapted my plan. I spent a lot of time learning how to use TikTok, and I started to grow my audience both there. And I also got quite a few views on Instagram Reels. I actually posted a video on TikTok using a trending sound there, which got me less than, I think, 300 views on TikTok. And when I posted it on Instagram Reels, I found the sound of the actual creator. So I just did not download the video and then just reposted it. I took away the TikTok logo by using Snaptic, an app, and then I found the sound of the actual creator who had the same sound on TikTok, so that if other people want to use it, it doesn't seem like it's my own original sound. And when I posted it, I only had 3 views, which was pretty much nothing because most of my Instagram Reels, they do get at least a few hundred, most of them get at least a few hundred views. And then sometimes they reach about 2,000, 3,000 views. It doesn't happen all the time, but quite regularly it does happen. But as the particular sound grew in terms of viewers on Instagram Reels, so once I think it started trending on Instagram Reels, I got a lot more views. So it actually has now more than 1,500 views. And it would appear that since that Instagram reel got more views and reached above 1,000, my book, The Leftover Bride, got borrowed a few more times on Kindle Unlimited based on ranking. The reel was about The Leftover Bride. And while I have not posted in a few days, I'm planning on posting regularly again. In February, I also made a lot of progress on both my books. I have decided to start posting on Kindle Vella under the new pen name I have been talking about as soon as I have 8 episodes ready, which based on my goals per episode are about 12,000 words, drafted, revised, and edited, which is totally doable for me to do that in the upcoming month. I also came up with the cover for Sweets for Love, and I love it. I love it. I cannot wait to share it. I am very excited about it. So I did do quite a lot. I also, attended classes online, like free webinars where I also learned about what I talked about a bit last week, how to use the first few pages to really draw your reader in by looking and analyzing other books in your genre that are successful so that you have the same elements that readers are expecting to find in your book. Even though I did all of that, I did not achieve my monthly goals, that I actually set in a OneNote document about the one thing a week I'm going to do to increase my royalties. And that's also because I had not really thought through about my schedule and, all the other things. And one thing I'm changing this month is that I'm moving my IT class to twice a week during the evening and one time during the afternoon. So instead of trying to shove everything in my schedule during the day, I am expanding my schedule so that I feel less stressed and less frustrated sometimes with the fact that there are certain things that I really cannot do. And the reason I cannot do them, or if I'm going back to talking about system, elements of the system that never really seem to work. And that is because I don't have the building blocks to make it work. I don't have the foundation to make it work. So by trying to move some parts of my schedule around, so I think by moving those elements around right now so that I can focus on my IT class in different part of the day, but that are more set days, more part of the actual schedule that will enable me to do the things that I want to do and achieve during the time that I have that is for writing and then for self-publishing. And then also have dedicated time to really have a learning experience with the classes that I'm taking without taking away from the time that I can spend writing or working on other writing related projects, including the one item a week I need to do to improve my royalties. Talking about the one thing a week that I want to do this month to try to improve my royalties, here are a few things that I want to do. During the first week of March, I want to set up the bilingual audiobook for One Dream Only, the English-German version. So that means I need to remove from production, I need to write to XCX, I need to change the contract because I had it as exclusive to ACX, to Audible, and I wanted non-exclusives because I want to be able to put it on Findaway Voices. And then I need to make sure that I have the opening credits and the ending credits that match the actual meta information of the book. And then I want to spend at least 25 minutes per day formatting the English-Italian bilingual version of Always Second Best. Then in the second week of March, I want to prepare the bilingual version of A Summer Like No Other, so that's the Portuguese-English version, so that I can have it proofread, and I will continue working 30 minutes per day on the other bilingual version, the Always Second Best in English-Italian. During the third week of March, I would like to do the box set of Gathered City in French and put up the next one for pre-order. And during the last week of March, I would like to publish the English-Italian version of Always Second Best and publish the first 5 episodes of my Vela story. Because everything that I've just said right now, this is not about the books that I'm currently working on. It's making sure that I use the books that I already have in a way that I know works for some of the readers that I have found through the years. And those readers really enjoy the bilingual books. So those are language learners. And that's why I need to do, the Duo Bilang website that I was talking about so that I can have something that I can direct those readers who are looking to learn a new language towards that website so that they can also maybe subscribe to it, get news when there's a new book coming out. So those are things that I still need to do, but I don't need to wait for that to be done to do the work of the formatting work, which is, I agree with Plato, who just sounded very tired. The bilingual formatting is not the most exciting work in the world. It's not the most creative work. It's very tedious. I need to make sure that things, are set up the right way. And then the actual publication process is also quite tedious. But these are things that I need to do because those are things that I need to be able to publish in order to actually increase the revenue with my stories so that I can keep writing and that I can keep doing that work that I love as a business. So that's why I also need to find the balance between taking my IT classes, which are also important, but as something that I'm very excited about, which is great. It's great that I'm excited about it, but it should not take away from the more tedious work that I also need to do. And this is it for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you next week.